Don't place a trade based on what you're seeing in this video because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. Hey traders, John Howell here. Great to see your pretty looking face back on my YouTube channel. It's Monday morning here today, guys, back here in the good old Sydney, Australia. And I'm going to be covering with you today the Dow Jones, S&P 500 plus the other indices as well too. This is a whole market update, so I'm going to be doing like an update on silver and gold as well too. What's likely to happen moving forward? What can we do? What can we look for moving forward this week? And understanding what's going on in the markets right now, and also the GDX and GDXJ, going to be covering those as well too. Plus also going to be covering some cryptos. All right, so for you crypto fans out there, I'm going to be covering the Bitcoin, the good old Bitcoin, and also XRP, which is looking really interesting for a nice move. And I can't wait to share with you what I'm seeing with that. So it can really, we're probably likely to be getting ready for a nice powerful move out of XRP. So with that being said, guys, let's get straight into what this whole thing is. Oh, by the way, guys, also when I cover the GDX and GDXJ, I want to cover one major thing that I think most people are getting wrong when it comes to the GDX, the GDXJ, the mining stocks, and so on and so forth. This is the one biggest mistake. If you are interested in the GDX and GDXJ, then you know, this is the wrong thinking when it comes to that. Okay, so let's actually get straight into it right now. So the Dow Jones, let's have a look through here. Let me actually just erase everything off the screen right now. And I'm going to bring up about 1 year worth of charts, all right? Now, 1 year worth of charts. Now, what do we see through here with this 1 year worth of charts? The first thing we do see is what? We see that we had this very strong move down from here. So we had a very strong move down from here. Then we had sort of a bit of a move up from here, and sort of went up through there, right? And then suddenly what happened is we had a big strong move down, a big strong move up. But look what's happening right here. Notice how we're just sort of boxing it out. Right? Now, in the markets, there is this thing called price and time. And one of the reasons why me and my private clients are so successful at trading, or should I say, some of them are most successful. Some of them don't even follow the rules, so they're not going to be successful. But the ones that do follow the rules, and what's made me do so well in the markets, is understanding what phase your stock is in. Now, I'm not going to get into detail here. I'm actually running a live webinar, and I was going into more about how my trading system and so on and so forth. If you go to Johns, JOHNS, freetraining.com, then you'll be able to register for that live webinar. But on this today here, it's all about price and time, the two different phases that the market is in. And whenever the market is in a directional phase, meaning the market is moving in a direction, you want to be trying to jump in on that, right? That's called a price phase, where the market's moving. When the market's going sideways, see how the market's doing this through here? Very unpredictable, very volatile. See what the market's doing right now? Very unpredictable, very volatile. You don't want to be getting into this. You're trying to short the market, go long the market, or do anything through here right now is a gamble. Why? Because it's very volatile and unpredictable. What you're looking for is the market to make a move. Now, essentially, you should be following some sort of a plan or a system that you're following. But in the essence of reading the markets and reading the charts, if the market is doing this, you never know, right? It could keep doing this for quite some time. So if you're going long, short, long, short, long, short, short, long, all through here, you're probably getting chopped up. Once again, one of the reasons why my system is so successful is because we don't get in chop. When the market goes through a time phase, aka sideways movement, we are not getting involved with that at all. Why? Low probability. What we look for is we're looking for a nice breakout, or a breakout first, for it to be a potential trade for us, right? So we want to see the market start to move in a direction. So right now, guys, we have no idea how long this is going to last with this sideways movement. So on the Dow Jones, we're still stuck in this overall sideways movement. And the longer we go through here sideways, the more of it's probably likely to start to head down through to here. And if the market through here is a sort of a leading indicator, and I've said that sort of in the past, we had this big drop down through here, as you know, and then suddenly what happened is like the whole pandemic, right? The market saw what was going to happen. Pandemic happened, all that sort of stuff down the bottom here. Then the market saw what? The market saw, you know what? We're probably likely to have a bit of a short-term recovery, right? A bit of a short-term recovery. Things are likely to open up and bam, through here. Now, if there is a second wave, which we know is going to happen, if there's going to be more businesses bankrupt, just like Hertz recently, if there's going to be a lot more of that, which we know is going to happen, and if there's going to be, what's the next one I was going to, right? If there's and the economic disaster, right? Within that, there's going to be a lot more people laid off. Oh, that's it, property, right? There's going to be a lot more properties going on the market for sale. Why? Because people are in sort of holding land right now, right? Aren't they? So if they're getting a bit of money from the government, but they don't have to sell the property, you know, because they've got the forbearance and all that sort of stuff. What happens when all this thing runs out? So towards the end of this year, guys, the second half of this year, probably from, I think is it September? Leave a comment below, guys. Let me know when does the whole forbearance thing end? I don't know, because I don't do any of that sort of stuff. I just trade the market, make money, and pay my mortgage, and pay my bills. So I'm not. When does that? Leave a comment below, guys. Let me know when does that whole thing actually end. The reason why I'm saying that is because that's going to be the starting point of pressure of people, and if the banks haven't set it up to where they can now take the 3 or 4 or 5 months, whatever that period is, towards the end of their mortgage, there's no way that they're going to be able, you know, most people are just getting by paying the mortgage month by month. Imagine having 3 or 4 or 5 months lumped up in one go. Then they're going to go back to work. Do you think they've saved that money to then? No. Right? So anyway, leave a comment below. Let me know what you think when it comes to that there. So I'm seeing this here right now, right? And so all that there, and the reason why I'm saying that is the market is a bit of a leading indicator, right? So we had the big crash. The market saw how bad this was going to be, and for some reason the market saw it's going to be devastation. So what happened? We got lockdowns, we got everything shut down, right? Then the market rebounds just shallow because the market saw, okay, we're probably likely to get a little bit of a recovery from what's happening right now, and that's what's happening right now. So I wouldn't be too surprised to see the stock market do something like this, right? Continue down from here. Now, not straight away, guys, all right? All right, pumpkins, all right? Don't get your knickers in a knot. If the market goes up tomorrow, it's like, oh, John, you got it wrong. No, all right? Knickers in a knot, pumpkins, okay. Oh, I've had such a good weekend. I've had such an amazing year trading. And again, on my live webinar at johnsfreetraining.com, you can register for it. I'll share with you all my system and the reason, and I'll share with you the trades that not only have I done, but also I'm in right now as well too. So, and also I've just come off such an amazing weekend with my kids as well too. So just spending time with my kids and playing with them. I've got 3 kids. And I think that's important too, right? To have that balance there. And that's some of the things that really bring me the biggest joy is just be able to spend time with them. Now I'm back in the business. Monday morning for me. So that's what I'm saying there, right? And so it's to me, now, yes, guys, I actually originally thought when we're down here, I was saying, you know what? We're going to rally to all-time new highs. I was wrong. Yes, I got it wrong, okay? But I did actually buy some call options down here, and then when the market rallied, I got out of here for, guess what? A nice little profit for you guys that remember, right? So I'm out of all my call options right now when it comes to all the markets. I made a nice profit on the SPY. It was actually not the Dow Jones, but SPY. Pretty much the same sort of thing. So I made a nice profit on that there. I made a loss on JP Morgan. There's a small loss. And then I made a very, very, very nice profit on Apple. They're the 3 stocks, they're the 3 trades that I took as this was crashing, and so on and so forth. So moving forward right now, right, the market crashed because it saw. Let me start all over again, okay? So the market crashed because it saw how bad everything was going to be. So then it rallied because it's starting to rally now, or it did start to rally through here because it saw, okay, things are probably likely to start to get a little bit better in the markets. But again, guys, I was wrong, and I don't think we're going to make new highs in the Dow Jones or the S&P 500 because the market's probably going to see that this is probably going to get a lot worse. What I talked about fundamentally just a minute ago, and we're probably likely to start to head down. Now, we could rally up even more, guys, even up to 27,000, all right? Because this is a major resistance level. It still could rally up there. But for me, guys, if I was a betting man, which I'm not a betting man, I trade my system, but if by looking at this here, overall, I see this thing starting to climb, starting to go through another second wave on the downside, and possibly even testing new lows and maybe even breaking new lows. Again, guys, we're in uncharted territory here right now, aren't we? And once again, guys, that's one of the reasons why, like, if you're trading the market, stuff like that, just have a really, really awesome simple system to follow there. So, and that's the exact same thing that I'm seeing on the S&P 500 as well too, right? We're sort of just going through this. It's not really a box, is it, right? So if you look at the Dow Jones, it's sort of like a square. But if you look at the S&P 500, what are we getting through here? We're getting more or something like this, aren't we? We're getting something more like this here. It's more like an upward channel sort of formation thingy, me-jiggy, something, right? So it's sort of like a slowly upward movement, slight. You can see, look how volatile this is, though, right? It's like you don't want to be getting involved with the market like this, guys. Any market out there, I don't care what market you're looking at, don't get involved with it. So if when the market's making a nice move, yeah, that's good. But see all these small bars, really not much going on through here. Very, very gappy, up and down, volatile. Once again, guys, I believe even if we do get a little bit of a rally back up, there's major resistance level there around that 3,000 level there, somewhere under there. No, not somewhere under there, exactly around that level. Around that level there, right? Because it may pop back up to just a little bit higher than that. But even if we do rally, guys, for some reason, I just don't see the S&P and the Dow Jones continue to rally up towards this level through here. Not with what's going to happen economically wise, as I said before we start to see the same thing as the Dow Jones and a continued move down. Onto the Nasdaq. The Nasdaq is such a different kettle of fish right now, right? So the Nasdaq's probably going to keep going up and the S&P and Dow are going to keep going down. I don't know about that, guys, but the Nasdaq seems to be in a world of its own and in a different category. So what I'm looking at, so that's what I'm looking at there, guys, when it comes to the indices through there. Now let's have a look at silver and gold, right? So silver and gold are quite interesting markets that I'm looking at here right now. Let me open up a bit more. So firstly, let me just erase everything off the screen through here. And the one thing I'm noticing here with gold is that it's to me, it seems like it's exhausting right now. Oh, it's exhausted right now, right? So we had this very nice move up through here. Wrong one. We had this very, very, very nice move up through here, right? Very nice move up through here. And then what happened through here, right? Look at this here. We had a bit of a break up, but now we've just had a bit of a breakdown, right? That was actually above that resistance level. So to me, guys, it seems tired. Right? Like we're not really, there's no strong directional nice move out of this here. It's not breaking up, not breaking down. We're just stuck in this sideways movement through, as you can see. So for me personally, guys, it's very, very, very unpredictable through here. So we're probably likely to continue getting a lot more of what we saw through here, right? Because a little sideways movement, break up, sideways. Even if we do run up through here, we're probably likely to get through here. We're probably... To me, it needs more time. Remember I said before at the start of this video about price and time? The whole thing about price and time is when the market makes a move, it's making price, right? It's taking on price when the market's moving in a direction. That's what time is. Oh, that's what price is, sorry. Time is when the market's not doing much, sideways. So this is price, as you can see, and this is time. Okay? Now, here's the thing. The longer the move is up, so as you can see from here to here was quite a big move, right? The longer the move is up, the longer the market needs to go sideways to refuel, right? Because price is like using energy, right? It's using energy when the market, right? Because you got buying, using energy, and then it gets tired, and then it needs to go through a bit of a pullback. Sometimes it's like this, and then sometimes it's like this, and then it goes for another run again. So what we're seeing through here, and what I'm saying now is that because we had a very nice move to the upside from as low as 1460 up to around 1760, that it's actually had a lot of price moves. So that's the reason why, guys, it's not really doing much through here. It needs a bit more time, aka going sideways, maybe a bit more of a pullback before it's likely to go for another move again soon. And that's the reason why it hasn't been doing much lately. is because of the whole thing about price and time, and you'll see more about that on the GDX as well too, is that we're not doing much because it's just refueling through here. Now, the benefit, what you want to see, guys, if you are looking at gold, is even if it does drop down through here, you just want to see this market do this, and then have a nice breakout, something like that. If we can get something like that, that would be very powerful to say, okay, we're now getting ready to probably have a nice move, and probably that move would probably then break up to all-time new highs. I do see, I'm very bullish long-term on gold, but on a short-term, guys, that's what I'm seeing through there. Moving on to the good old silver. Silver actually had a nice move to the upside on Friday, and this is what we're seeing through here right now. And yeah, so we can see that this is what's going on with silver right now, guys. I personally, and I've always said this, and you guys know this, right? I personally believe this is the low for many years to come. I believe what we're seeing through here, nice move up, nice move down, nice move up. I believe this is the start. This is the starting point of a 2 to 5 year bull market. Now, why do I say 2 to 5 years? Because I have no idea where this, or should I say, I was going to say, I have no idea when the bull market's going to start. The bull market's already starting right now, right? It's happening right now as we're talking about, right? It's just, people just want to, people want to see massive moves straight away, right? The longer the move, the longer it's going to take. So I believe it's starting right now. And yes, we're going to get our pullbacks even more. So if you get in here, say, oh, John said the bull market started and I shouldn't, and no, you shouldn't get in. But the bull market started and the market's pulled back. He was wrong. No, guys. All right, knickers. All right, pumpkins. Taking knickers out of a knot. No. All right. Just it's going up very nicely right now. We're going to get our pullbacks and that sort of stuff. But I believe this low won't be tested now for a very, very, very long time. And if I squeeze my chart a bit more, go to the weekly charts, then I see a lot more upside to come. Not only do I see 18 to 1850 in silver, but I see then I see a very nice move up to at least that $24 level. But I see that happening over the next sort of couple of years. But over the next 5 years, I see silver probably back up towards all-time highs again to catch up to gold as well too. So that's what I'm seeing through there, guys, when it comes to the silver market. Let's go have a look at GDX through here. Now remember, guys, I was saying before about price and time, and the reason why I've mentioned that a few times here is this is something that a lot of people are not getting when it comes to GDX, right? Look at this here. Look how much we've been moving up through here, right? It's just been up like that. What do you think is likely to happen? We're likely to get something like this soon, right? And that's why, like, buying up here is the wrong time to be getting into GDX. If you're looking to get into a position, no, don't be doing that, guys. Okay. If you look at this weekly chart as well too. Look how big that move is up, guys. The market will pull back, right? Don't take my word for it. Just look at the facts. Go back over time and see when the market's made big moves. Oh, but John, this one time, yeah, you know what? 10% of the time it's going to do Bitcoin type of action, right? But guess what's going to happen? You get in even after the market's ripped so much, and then you get in and then it rips even more. Guess what happens? You stay in, right? And then the market crashes well below the when you got in, and you end up getting out for a loss anyway. So don't, right? Be patient, okay? Now, what we're looking at here, guys, is what we're looking at here when we're looking at the GDX is, once again, a very, very, very big price move. So I wouldn't be too surprised to see some sort of a backing pattern, some form of pullback, some form of a time phase. Make sense, guys? So we see that we're having this very nice move up through here. I wouldn't be too surprised, guys, if we saw something like this here, right? Now this is not the whole market reversing and the market's going to crash and the GDX is going to go down and all this sort of mumbo jumbo, right? No. What is it? It's just a nice pullback, right? If you're looking to get into GDX, you'll want the market to pull back. Why? Because it's more of like a reset. It has a nice move, and then it resets, and then it gets ready to go for another move again, and then it resets for a while, and then it goes for another move again, right? You want to see a reset. You would actually want to see that, because what you don't want to see with these markets is for it to go up like this, for it to go up, and then to continue to go up. Why? Because now that's bubble territory, and what's likely to happen? Right, it's likely to do something like that, right? Because now we're getting the bubble territory. You don't want bubble territory. You want nice move up, and then a period of a pullback. and then a very nice move up and a period of pullback. You don't want bubble territory because, you know, and if you guys go back and look at anything in history that's made a massive move up, what happens 9 times out of 10? Within a year or more, that bubble action has been retraced. You don't want bubble action, right? Bubble action. There, right? Okay. So you don't want that. So for you guys that are looking at GDX, then yeah, you want to see a very nice pullback out of this here, okay? And also the GDXJ as well too, same sort of thing as the GDX as well too. We've had a very nice move up. I really like the GDXJ long term, but once again, guys, you'll want to see, and I want to see, like, and we could be starting this right. Look at this little, what do they call it? We had a little rally up. Look at this whole sort of just neutral bearish sort of candle here. So I wouldn't be too surprised if we started to see something like this here coming now for the next couple of weeks, maybe into next month, a bit of a resting phase out of GDX. Again, guys, if you're looking to get into that, you would want to see that, right? Because now we're resetting to go for another move. That's a very powerful thing. And for me personally, I would absolutely love to see this thing go sideways for a month or two, not do much, and then have a nice breakaway. Because if that happens, oh my goodness, this guy's gonna be all over that, right? Yeah, so that's what I'm saying through there. Now, one thing I want to mention with you guys, I did a video yesterday saying, you know, the greatest bull market in history. What did I say? Right? So on my YouTube, oh yeah, this is the greatest opportunity since the Bitcoin boom, right? And I do mean that. And what was I talking about? I was talking about like silver, but also the GDXJ. And someone said, yeah, but what stocks are likely to make the big move? Here is the biggest mistake that you are making right now. If I say GDXJ and silver are the greatest opportunity since the Bitcoin boom, I mean GDXJ and silver. I don't mean individual gold mining stocks, okay? Here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. The GDX, okay, the GDX and the GDXJ are their indices, right? And you analyze those markets to see what patterns they're forming, what sort of phases they're in. Are they in a price phase, in a time phase? Who's in control, right? Are they making higher highs, higher lows, lower highs, lower highs, lower lows? Those sort of things, right? To read the charts. When I'm doing my analysis, and if I say GDXJ, the gold miner juniors or the GDX, I mean that particular market itself. This GDX and GDXJ, this has nothing to do with every single gold mining stock or every single gold mining junior stock. Just because the index does something does not relate to a blatant statement across all gold mining stocks. That is the biggest mistakes that most traders are making right now. And I see it so many people in my comments like, okay, well, John, you said that gold mining stocks or the GDXJ is likely to make a massive move. Tell me what, right? Tell me what stocks to look at. It's like, well, apply your analysis, okay? Apply your analysis to the individual stocks and make your decision based on that. Do not say gold GDX is likely to make a big move, so I'm going to go trade this one mining stock. I like this one mining stock, and because GDXJ is going to make a big move, this stock's going to make a big move. No, wrong thinking. Absolutely wrong thinking. Why? Because I guarantee you, even though the GDXJ and GDX may make a big move over the next couple of years, what do you think is going to happen to at least 30% of these stocks or even 20% of these stocks? They're probably going to go bankrupt for some reason, right? Maybe cash flow problems or whatever, you know. They're probably going to go down, or they may not do much. Some stocks are going to go booming really big time. Some stocks are not. So whenever you are analyzing the market itself, don't say, okay, well, the GDXJ looks like it's going to make a big move, so therefore I'm going to go trade gold mining stocks itself, the individual stocks. Like, no, big mistakes. You analyze, right? You use your analysis, right? The stuff that I'm teaching here right now, highs and lows. Who's in control? Are we in an uptrend? Are we not? Are we in a price phase? Are we in a time phase? What's going on right now? You apply that analysis to the individual stock. Okay, so if you look at this, or if you bring up, say, First Majestic, which is a silver company, If I'm looking at the SIL and the SILJ, then I'm analyzing those individually. If I'm looking at AG, First Majestic, I'm going to do my analysis on First Majestic and make my decision whether they get in or not get in on First Majestic based on what First Majestic is doing, not based on the SIL or the SILJ. Okay, guys? Because that's like saying, okay, well, the Nasdaq's gonna make all-time new highs, so therefore I should go buy some tech stocks. Wrong. The S&P and the Dow Jones are now likely to make another run for the lows over the next, say, 6 months or so. Therefore, I should go short some stocks. You know, the S&P 500 is probably likely to go down again. Therefore, I'm going to go short stocks. Wrong thinking. Why? Because some stocks will go down with the S&P that are actually in the S&P 500. Some stocks won't. And guess what? Some stocks are going to totally negate whatever the S&P is doing and go break up to all-time new highs. Now, I know that doesn't make sense, right? Because you're thinking the way you think about these markets. And this took me such a long time to figure out that just because the S&P, if the S&P goes through another crash, right, or the S&P goes through another big dive to the downside, does not equal every single stock in that S&P, right? I'll give you an example here, right? Let's just use an example right now. So if I look at the S&P 500, right? The S&P 500 actually had pretty much a flat day, right? But if I go and have a look at the S&P 500, the actual individual stocks, and I sort them from percent change, look here, right? This stock here, COTY, is actually at all-time new lows already. See, right? And this is actually a stock in the S&P 500. Let's go to the next one, right? Look at this one here. This stock here looks nothing like this stock here. Actually ran up, and it's actually in the S&P 500, right? But it ran up and made all-time new highs, and now it had a pullback, right? This stock here is almost at all-time new highs. Look at this here, ABMD at all-time new highs already for the year. Yeah, all-time new highs for the year. So do you see what I'm saying through there? Is like, guys, when you're doing your analysis, do your analysis on the individual stock itself. Do not be saying as you can see, right? The S&P is not even at all-time new highs, and I just went to there and I just filter them, and I looked at a couple of stocks, and they look nothing like the S&P 500. Do your analysis on those individual stocks, and I guarantee you guys, that's the way to move forward. If you are trading, if you're looking at the GDXJ or the GDX, and then you're going to go trade gold miner stocks based on that wrong thinking, and so on and so forth. Now, I hope that makes sense for you guys. It's one of the biggest mistakes that I'm seeing most people make, and that's what the same with the GDXJ. Okay. Now moving on now through. I want to share with you guys some of the crypto stuff that I'm looking at here right now to finish off today's video for you. Now, let's go have a look. We'll have a look at Bitcoin first. So let's see if we can shift this over here to Bitcoin. I'm using my investing.com platform to view the cryptos right now. So based on what we're seeing here right now, this is actually looking very, very bullish for another big move to come or another move to come, should I say, coming in Bitcoin. Why? Because remember I said before, our price and time, right? We've had a very nice move up from here to here, especially from here to here. We had a very nice move up. And look what's happening right now, right? Very volatile. See there, not really much going on. So this is shaping up to, I believe, guys, we're probably likely to shape up here. We may go sideways for a little bit longer, maybe a bit more time. But if we do that and we start to get a break out and above this, then we could be getting ready to go for another big move. Probably, I would say, yeah, I would probably say we'd probably get it. If we can hold here for a little bit longer to refuel and then go for a break, then I believe we're probably likely to see a very nice move up in Bitcoin. Actually, probably up towards the 12,500, probably even up towards the 13,000 level there. In Bitcoin. Bitcoin's looking very, very, very promising. If I go to my weekly charts here, very, 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 very promising here. You can see what I'm looking at here right now, guys, is a bit of a bottoming action. You can see here, right? We had a move down, lower high, and then we had a bit of a equal high, so double top. It flushed down, and then it flushed back up. This here is a V bottom in my opinion. And then this sort of, we're probably likely to see this, and then we're probably likely to see something like that coming into Bitcoin. Maybe we do end up back up at 19,000 here, but that's what the charts are telling me right now, guys. I have no idea fundamentally why things are happening, but the charts, the things that I'm telling you right now gives you a gauge, a bit of an insight of what's going on fundamentally, even if you don't know the fundamentals in that company, right? So I'm just going to repeat what I just said there. The better you can actually read the charts, the better you can really start to get a bit of a gauge on what the fundamentals are really all about, especially those long-term pictures. Fundamentally, I have no idea why, but Bitcoin's definitely forming a massive, massive, massive bottoming through here. And the XRP, I want to finish this off with the XRP right now. Right now, we are forming a head and shoulder formation, okay? Now, most people would think that this is a bearish formation. We can see we actually ran up, shoulder, head, and then also shoulder through here, right? So most people would say that this is an actual bearish formation in the markets. Okay, so they would say that. Now this can be bearish depending on where the market depending on when the market breaks out. Okay, so if we break down from here, that's going to give us the starting sign of probably what we call price move, right? We're not really doing much through here. When the market breaks, we're probably likely to go through a price move, which probably means we're going to probably head back down to here. Okay, so you want to watch out for that, because if the market does do that, the market's telling you, hey, we're probably likely to head back down from here. But on the flip side, what I'm more veering towards, which again may or may not happen, is upside. But we'll wait for the market to tell us. If we can get a very nice strong breakout bar like this, not much going on, and then a breakaway bar, that tells us we're probably likely to start a new price sort of move. And we're probably likely to start to see something like that, and probably even run back up towards, I would say, 34 cents when it comes to the XRP. So there we go, guys. That's what I'm seeing right now in the markets. It's going to be an amazing week. Markets obviously closed Monday, but I'm just excited. I can't wait for the markets to open back up and for us to get back into trading again. Traders, I am running a free training, and on this free training, I'm going to walk you through my #1 trading system for the last 15 years. If you're wondering, what is my trading system? How do I actually trade the markets? What sort of setups do I look for? Then this is for you. See, on this, I'm going to walk you through all the details, but I'm going to walk you through the 3 secrets. The secret #1 is I'm going to walk you through the one thing that took me from $250,000 in debt and almost went bankrupt to actually shifting to actually making money from the markets. I'm going to talk about that one thing. Secret #2, I'm going to walk you through all the steps and all the details to my trading system. I'm not going to hold anything back. You're going to learn all the details to this, so you too, when you leave, you'll be able to see exactly how I trade the markets and what sort of setups I look for, so you can start to apply it today as well too. And secret #3, I'm going to show you exactly how and how I trade the markets for only 1 hour per day as well too. So I'm going to walk you through everything through. So if you're struggling with the trading right now, you need to see this. If you're looking for a really high probability trading system that gets like over 90% success rate, then this is for you as well too. And if you're looking for a way to be able to have freedom in your life, but also condense that down with a really good trading system, then secret #3, you're going to love that as well too. So I'm running that free training today. So go to johnsfreetraining.com right now, and I'll see you there.